Hello guys, how are you doing? So we're gonna do a quick Twitter update here for you now, and basically me showing some of the charts that I've done over the past few days, but also the charts that I have been retweeting. So it's just a brief 10-minute update for you guys, and also if you wanna find out more, check out my Substack, where we do the daily updates on basically every commodity that there is. With that said, let's get straight into the business here. Good. The gold juniors has broken out against gold. If you know, you know, and that's a big thing because you're actually seeing now that the more leveraged stocks within the gold sector, the juniors, they are breaking out, and that's always good to have a very strong commodity that is gold. It's looking really strong, even though it has been consolidating for, like 6 to 8 weeks, which is perfectly fine. And now you're seeing the small guys showing up, even though they have done really well for the past year still, ever since we broke out from that whole mega resistance 1 year ago. So the gold miners looks good. I think the silver miners looks good. They broke out heavily yesterday above the 42 on the SIL. Looks great. Here we have $34 for URA is equivalent to 42 on the SIL. That's when uranium ETF takes off. And that is because when you clear that level, you are basically getting the final nail in the coffin that the whole sideways 3, 4 year sideways range has been broken. And that is also when you go into 12 to 15-year highs and basically breaking the cup and handle ceiling on that ETF. So that is a big number to get through for the URA. And after that, there shouldn't be any questions that uranium again is in a full-on bull mode, long-term bull market. So speaking of, this is URA. By the way, the 34 is here, right there. Uranium miners in the short-term view, the 15-minute chart. So we had a big surge with the whole Trump, news and all that. We went up basically 15-20% in like a week. And now we're in this channel here, peaking a little bit here. I'm not calling any breakouts at all, but we're just peaking here. So I think today we will actually see some big moves here because we have gone sideways for 1 day. Remember, this is short term, and either we confirm the breakout or we get, one more spill here in the URA. But again, this is short term, 15-minute views. Again, it shouldn't really be too much of a focus. Yesterday, gold and silver stocks, there are breakouts all over the place. In my book here, we are seeing 1 to 2 year consolidations. No, let's say 1 year consolidation breakouts on many stocks. And they look good. Again, the gold miners, the silver miners, they are tricky and they are really explosive, both up and down. So you can get, a big surge, but the pullback will also be very big. But I think they are in for, stair stepping upwards, 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. So that is again what I did yesterday on silver being up 6%, almost 6%. So that is really nice to see. Here we have gold on the 6 hourly. Today was most likely the last day of this 4 to 6 weeks consolidation. Gold is looking upwards again. So this was the consolidation here with a little flag at the end, breaking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakout. So gold, unless it reverses heavily, is yet again on the shorter term stuff looking for more upside. And the measured move, again, you could take the pole here and add it on top. Again, we're looking at something like at least, 35, 600 here at least for gold. This was the mega candle yesterday on silver. Again, look from basically from the bottom to the top here, completely green, breaking small internal wedge, which we have been looking at for the past week. And we also broke out from this 2 year sideways range. And now we're fighting with the orange and the 35 level here. We're pulling a little bit back here this morning, but again, it's totally fine. Once we break for good the golden and the 35, we're gonna see 40 in silver. That is my pure expectations, and has been for quite a while. Platinum, again, this was the big breakout. Excuse me, this was the big breakout when we broke 1,000, and now we're pulling back, retesting multiple levels and layers of the 4-year structure. Platinum still looks incredibly well. We are very early on the long-term stuff, and yeah, I mean, getting in here on platinum, I think 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, you are heavily rewarded at that point in time. Yeah, silver, it's time. It definitely were. And here we have John with a good statement in my view. Gold is outperforming every US stock market index in 2025. Yes, it has, but no one is talking about it, at least mainstream. By a huge margin. The SPY is trading where it was November 2024, but all UNX sees a chart showing a bunch of breadth, thrust, and hopium. Proof is in the price. Gold has really shined this year. And yes, it has shined in 2025, but also in 2024, where gold actually broke out of a 45 year resistance against inflation, marking the new era of gold yet again being a massive inflation hedge. And again, a 45-year breakout doesn't mean we only rally for a year and then that's it. No, you will have 5 to 10 years of rallying against the inflation. And when we broke that level, which was roughly 7 in that ratio, the target became 50. So you, again, gold over the next 5 to 10 years, from that point, will outperform inflation by 7x, give or take. Beautiful. Here we have the SIL divided by the URA. So the silver miners broke big time here early 2025. You can see the rail here getting broken. By the way, this was a big breakdown, back in 2021. But we broke out here. We're back testing now. So technically, URA is definitely a better outlook than uranium miners for now. Especially if we can take out, the 1.8, then we have also a horizontal ceiling. But we're making higher highs here and higher lows. Beautiful back test on that one. That's silver. This is the Dixie, and the Dixie here on the 1 day, you can see we're still in an overall downtrend here, still trending down and down, and we're seeing bear flags upon a larger bear flag, and we are toying with a breakdown here, which we haven't gotten yet. But again, if this flag, confirms, and then we're gonna trade lower again on the Dixie. Yeah. The 2025 is still intact, as mentioned, currently in a large 2-year bear flag. It should be 2 months, by the way. That's 2 months, my bad. This week it's already down, 0.5%, and I think we closed down 0.8, and that's a big move in forex. Last one here, guys. That's the USD WTI. Oil is in a 2-month fractal, and there is vibes of head and shoulders, even though the left shoulder is very deep. So you can see here that this, again, you do have vibes of head and shoulders, even though technically maybe it's not totally by the books. And then we have a sideways mini wedge here. It's, barely a wedge, but like a range. And again, if we can start to break 65, 66, both on the USD WTI, but also on crude, I think we could see some interesting price gains on oil that actually could take us out again back above into the wedge and then back above potentially. And then we have had a huge false breakdown from a 4-year wedge, which is always bullish in my view. So that is all. But before we close here, tell me what you see. And I see a potential of a massive investment opportunity in coal once again. And you can see we have a huge trend line here that hasn't broken. But when it does, you can see the premium coking coal in Australia. That's one measure, is breaking out of a 3-year downtrend, 4-year downtrend, within a beautiful blue uprising channel, and we should go to here again, if we play this is basically like one big sine wave, right? And then if we go to here, I mean, come on, you have from 200 to 1,000 could be in the cards. And that is gonna be painful for most of us, that's for sure. So that is all, guys. Have an amazing day. Check out the Substack and stay safe, guys. Cheers. Bye.